Wine Chats with Bildo Lindalin is proudly sponsored by Sense of Taste.
Boutique bottle shops located in Coupru and Hamilton.
You know what I did, what it occurred to me later on?
Yeah.
Is that I, for the entire period of time watching that show, was like extra horny.
Well,
I really was, because it's so sensual and like they're so into each other. And
Yes, I was the same.
Were you? Like, was that just, yeah. Welcome to Wine Chats with Bildo and Lindalin.
God.
I thought I'd change it up a little.
It's
My
still
name
not
is Billy Milovanovic, aka Bildo.
My name is Lindsay Kirkwood, also known as Lindalin.
Lindalin.
Hey, Bill.
Welcome to episode 61.
We old.
We old.
Totally.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, it's Wine Chats. Rate, subscribe, love,
Getting
comment.
right into it, eh?
Getting into it. We want wine to drink, so.
We do. But Billy, you hate when I miss out on things that I'm supposed to say.
I was getting to it.
Were you?
Wine Chats is our sweet little podcast that where we try a different bottle of wine each week and we talk about our favorite things.
Yeah.
Talk about shit.
Well, are they always our favorite?
Not
really.
at all. Remember that time we talked about feminists and then we got attacked
Oh.
for it? Yeah, that was fun.
That was good. Yeah, fun times. Yes, very good, Billy.
Thank you.
Jeez.
On to it.
Right.
Such a professional.
Let's go to the wine because I'm
Let's.
super excited about this one. Ooh, what?
I do hate it though when you miss out on things you're supposed to say.
I know.
Yeah.
Are we? Were we? Oh my God. Are we going over that again?
Are we going
Right?
to talk about what we're going to talk about today?
Oh, right.
That's what you get. That's
Jesus,
instant
right.
karma, that is.
It totally is. Today we're going to talk about TV and books.
Yes.
Look, like that sounds, even saying it makes me sound like I'm in like a stupid mom's group. Like,
No, we're all in a stupid mums group and everybody's watching TV. That's what COVID is, reading books and watching TV.
I watched TV way before then. But,
Everybody's just catching up.
right, that's just my excuse for watching so much TV right now. Yeah. No, because you and I, obviously, we chat other than on the podcast.
Occasionally, yes.
Yeah. And TV always comes up because
Yes.
one of both of our favorite things to do is
Yes.
to snack and watch TV.
Yeah.
Like it's heaven. I get so excited. It's so pathetic.
Yeah.
How excited I get when the kids either go down for the night
Yeah.
or if it's throughout the day and they're freaking doing whatever.
Yeah.
And I sit down on the couch with my fat ass eating a whole big bag of chips. But before we get into that, Billy.
Shall we drink?
Oh my God. Okay. So you know how I'm all about this, like, look, I love Shiraz, but I'm fucking over sicking. Sicking? Oh my God. No, look, I love Shiraz, but I hate Shiraz. I hate drinking Shiraz.
Yeah.
So I went to Scotty at Sense of Taste in Coupru here.
Hi, Scotty.
I know, hi Scotty, the giant. And stocking up, and I saw this beautiful bottle,
Yes.
bird in hand.
Yes.
Like, I'm really not saying this just to say it, but I love bird in hand wines. Like, 100% one of my favorite wines.
Yeah.
Plus, like their bottles are so simple but beautiful,
The bottles are beautiful.
so pretty.
Yeah.
So if anyone from Bird in Hand is listening and you want to fucking sponsor us,
Please do.
Yeah. We will drink whatever you send, whether it's a Shiraz or not.
Winechats Gmail. Winechatspodcast@gmail.com.
Who can't talk now, Billy? Yeah. So this wine is a white wine, and I had to ask Scott, I'm like, how do you pronounce it?
Right.
It's Arneis.
Okay.
It's Italian, so Arneis. I don't know. That was really fucking bad.
That was scary.
But you know how they roll their
Yeah,
R's, whatever.
Arneis.
Arneis.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's made in Adelaide Hills. It's bird in hand, 2019. But yeah, Arneis is the type of grape. So it's an
Right.
Italian grape.
I've never heard of this, never tried it.
Same.
Super excited.
And just to kind of give you an idea, so it's a medium to full-bodied with pear, apple, stone fruit, and nutty notes. That's
Okay.
a typical Arneis flavoring. But the fun fact, look, Billy loves when I do my fun fact. She learns
do.
so much.
I do.
So why you've never heard of Arneis?
Okay. Okay.
So this actually made me feel a little bit more like up into it with the wine because I'm like, where have I been living? Like under a
Okay.
rock? Like how come I haven't seen this before? Number one, it's very rare. It was almost extinct. Yes.
And here it is in Wine Chats HQ. Right?
Seriously? Come on, people. Yeah. So it nearly was extinct in 1970. Look, I won't go into the details because Billy doesn't like when I go on too long. Number two, it's hard to grow properly. Look, we don't need to get into that. It's hard to grow the grapes.
It's hard to grow, yeah.
Right? And number three, it's got very, very famous neighbors. So I'm like, oh, like who?
Brad Pitt.
Right?
Angie, is that you?
I was gonna oh my God. No, I was going to say George Clooney because he lives in Italia. Oh my God. What the fuck?
He sure does live in Italia.
That country is almost as good as Italy. Take that part out, please. God.
No, I will not.
Right. So the famous neighbors, I'm like, well, what do they mean?
Yeah.
So it's because the Nebbiolo grape.
So wait, the neighbor is Nebbiolo?
Yeah. So just to give you, there's
That's a bit of a letdown.
But in comparison, there's like a gazillion acres for Nebbiolo grapes to grow,
right.
and like 1,000 acres for the Arneis grapes.
Right. Okay.
Don't quote me on those numbers,
So this
but
is
something
a
like
very rare kind of wine.
very rare kind of grape.
Grape.
Yeah, which essentially is the wine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And Bird and Wine, you did it. So
It's called Bird in Hand. Oh my God. We apologize now for
In advance.
all of the fuck ups we're about to say today.
it's going to be good.
Right?
Let's add alcohol to this mix.
Well, it could either fix things or make it a complete shit show. Yeah.
And can you also give us the price on that?
No.
I can see it. I just thought it's yours to
Can you? Oh, it's $31.
$31 from Sense of Taste and 10% off when you talk about us.
Oh,
When you play one of our episodes in store,
oh my God.
10% off. So go for
Okay.
it. Okay, let's do it.
Cheers. I'm super excited.
Okay, now the color is a little bit darker, I would say, than like a normal white. It's not your
Wow.
Sauv Blanc. It's like your Sauv Yellow.
It's kind of, it's in between like a Sauv Blanc and a Chardonnay, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
We're so like seriously experts, right, Billy?
It smells so good. Oh, I like that.
Okay. It's just not what I was expecting, but it's nice.
I feel like there's like a little bit of
Stone fruit, nuttiness.
yes. I was gonna say bitterness, but that's not what I'm saying. Like, it's not. This is the thing. We are obviously not wine people, so we do not have the vocabulary to explain what's happening in our mouths. But
I do quite like the difference between, because obviously we're not like huge Chardonnay fans, but we've started to enjoy them more when it's a nice
because we
bottle.
have no choice. Yeah.
Well, no, we've had some really shit ones, but some nice ones that have kind of converted us. But it's heavier than a Sauv Blanc or like a Pinot Grigio or Gris on your
Yes.
palate. So
That's
it's kind of like
true.
a middle.
I feel like I've had some really great TV and books lately.
Yes.
Like,
okay.
I've just been killing it. Like,
Good.
But I think we need to start with. Have we talked about Normal People already? I think we talked about it in our.
In our Girls Gone Wild episode,
Yes.
when we went away for the weekend and
Yes.
watched TV and
And ate
Ate.
shit. And it was amazing.
wild.
Yeah. Go back and listen to that. Episode 58. We had a scary moment.
Oh my God. We nearly got murdered, but whatever.
Yeah. But we didn't. We're fine. Normal people. Do you know now that that it's done, like I don't think about it, but you know what I did, what it occurred to me later on?
Yeah.
Is that I, for the entire period of time watching that show, was like extra horny.
Well,
I really
duh.
was, because it's so sensual and
Yes.
like they're so into each other. And
Yes. I was the same.
were you? Like, was that just, yeah.
There was one time, and I don't even think I've told Cameron this because I was right into it, like in the middle of watching the series.
Yeah.
And we had I won't give it a full detail, but a very spontaneous moment in the living room.
Ooh, girl.
And it was very passionate.
Right?
Because, and I wasn't fantasizing of
Yeah, what's his
Connell
name? Yeah.
himself. I was fantasizing about what they had as a couple.
Yes.
I wanted to have sex like they did. So Cameron and
Yeah.
I had this great passionate moment in the living room
Yeah.
because of Normal People.
I totally agree. So, like, ladies, first and foremost, you should just watch it and have
Yeah.
yourselves a bit of like great sex for I don't know how long it'll take you to binge that show.
Right. Oh, not long. Should we
Yeah.
look, most of you will know what it's about, but so it's these two high school students
Yeah.
that meet, very different worlds, and they start to have a sexual relationship.
Yeah.
But nobody else knows about it because they're in two different worlds, all this stuff. So
Yeah.
there's the secrecy and whatever. And you follow them throughout their college and university lives.
Yeah.
And they just don't have an easy relationship. There's
Yeah.
lots of issues, shall we say.
I think it's too late for this, but we should just say spoiler alert for whatever shows we mentioned, just in case we do spoil something for you. I don't think we will.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we will.
Spoiler alert. We will, right?
Yeah, we probably will. Yeah.
So spoiler alert, about 5 minutes too late. But I loved the ending.
I hated it.
And you hated it.
Hated.
And when I was watching it back at our holiday, you were just like having deep issues over it. And I was watching it being like, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
And I actually, by the time I got to the end of it, I thought, I actually like this.
No. Dumb. Stupid.
So if you've watched Normal People and you've gotten to the end and you've had some amazing sex, let us know what you thought of the ending.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to give it away.
No, I just don't think it I get why they had the ending the way it is.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense considering
The history.
the whole
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. I'm still having issues with it
Yeah.
because I loved this show so much.
But
it's still
surely
playing.
there'll be a second season.
Well, not necessarily. It hasn't been signed on yet. And even Connell was interviewed, look, I'm going
Right.
to say recently, but it probably was like months ago.
Yeah.
And even he said he's quite happy with the way it ended, quite possibly another season, but who knows?
Great. There you go.
Dumb. Of course he has to say nice things. But absolutely loved it.
Absolutely loved it.
Loved it.
Absolutely. It was okay. Go back and watch it. But you will be, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
sex
Yeah.
during that period. So
And these are, okay,
let's do it.
these are my like shows that I'm watching by myself right now.
Right.
So have you watched Killing Eve?
No.
Because it's been around for a bit now,
Forever,
a couple
yes.
years now. It's always been on my list, right? Like, oh yeah, I'll watch that one day.
Yeah.
Just wasn't feeling it, right?
Yep.
So the other week I'm like, oh, I need a new show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it. I'll just start watching Killing Eve.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so fucking good.
I mean, people say that. Why is it so good?
So it's just so good.
What?
You can't even, you have to watch the show to understand it. It's so
Okay.
hard to explain the show.
How many seasons?
There's 2 right
Okay.
now.
Right.
But I'm almost positive there's a blurb saying season 3 has been
Right.
signed.
This is something
approved
about
or
like
something.
a killer or something and then a
Yes.
non-killer and then they
Yes.
start hanging out or something.
Well, they kind of get this obsession with each other.
Right.
So yeah, there's the male, and I'm not going to give it away, but there's the main assassin, which is a female.
Right.
And she's killing all these high top, like
VIPs.
important people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. VIPs. And the chick, she isn't with the CIA or anything, but
Right.
kind of like an underground, independent
Right.
organization to try and find her.
Oh, okay.
And it just escalates from there.
And hilarity ensues.
It is seriously, and the chick, the main assassin, she is so fucking funny.
Well, I know one of the actors is the chicky babe from Grey's Anatomy.
Yes.
I don't know her name. I should.
Yeah,
I don't want to. I mean, how do I describe her without being
She's
racist?
Asian.
She's Asian. Yeah.
she's the Asian.
The Asian lady in Grey's Anatomy.
She's brilliant,
Right. Okay.
so fucking good, Billy.
I just love shows
Mm-hmm.
that totally don't make me anxious or depressed or anything like that. I love shows that'll just take me away
Yeah,
and just entertain me.
right.
You know what I mean?
This one may make you a little bit anxious.
What I don't like is drugs. So I would never watch Breaking Bad. I'm not interested in
right.
it. I wouldn't watch
I'm like, what?
any. Yeah, like I don't like
okay.
the idea of like you're gonna kill me because I'm taking these drugs and this is what's happening and like this whole thing about being
Right.
in this place where you're always high fucking anxiety. I don't like that. But I'll watch an action movie and be like, that's
Right.
cool because it's just like mindless
Yeah.
killing, total disregard for infrastructure and
Oh,
lies.
okay. Right. Are you on drugs right now? Because I didn't really understand your point, but I'm just gonna nod and smile.
I've been watching a lot of Jason Bourne. Like I've been rewatching
yeah.
all these series, like kind of movie
Yeah.
series, if you know what I mean. So it's like funny to me how many people they will kill in chasing down each
Yeah.
other, and how many buildings they will tear down
Just to get the
just
the
to
bad
get
guy.
the bad guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
When really that's like literally millions and millions of dollars of shit you just broke. and you don't care.
It's not real.
And then at the end, you're like, oh, wow, he got the bad guy, but killed like 50,000 people on his way in a car chase.
It's not quite what happens.
I love it. That's to me, it's so fascinating to judge all these shows. But that doesn't I don't know. I like that. It's straight up action.
Right.
But what I have been watching, and you're probably going to laugh at this. I don't know if you guys probably would have heard of Drop Dead Diva.
No.
That's on Stan.
Drop Dead Diva.
It's basically this supermodel got into a car accident and the day she died was the same. Like, she went to heaven.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, I can't die. I'm still young. I got all this shit to do.
Yeah.
And she presses the return button with her guardian angel. She's sitting at his desk and she presses the return button because she's like, I want to go back. But she ends up going back into somebody else's body. Oh. And so she's gone from being a supermodel to being like this plus size lawyer. But she then, with her attitude and her she's got her new brain. So she's got all her old memories and all her she's got all this person's like lawyer brain.
Right.
And then she just like kicks ass. And it's hilarious because somebody will come with a case to her. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been in the legal system or been to court with their ex-boyfriend who was a bit of a druggie. But like basically when somebody like says, okay, you're arrested for something, it could take years to have that resolved.
Well, yeah, depending on what you're charged for.
Whether you bring a lawsuit to someone, whether, whatever it is, it will take months to schedule the first appointment with the judge. What's it called?
Court date.
Hearing. This is like, oh my God, my mum was murdered and this is what's happened to her and I found this tape as evidence. They go to court that day. They find new evidence because the court obviously rejects them. Right. The very next day, all the jury, everything is ready. So literally within like Monday to Thursday, everything's sorted with one case. And it's always ends well. They always win at the end.
Right.
And it is just so good to watch because it's so easy.
Okay.
It's just so easy to watch.
What's it called again? Drop Dead Diva.
Drop Dead Diva.
Because I only have Stan and Apple TV. Yeah. I don't have Netflix.
It's on Stan.
But I'm just trying to think. I don't think I've ever come across it.
It's an old TV show. It's probably been around for years and years and years. Right. And I adore it because it's just so simple and it's easy and it's easy on the everything. So watch Drop Dead Diva if you just want something fun to watch.
No, I don't think I will, but thanks.
I don't think I sold that, but I've been obsessed with that show and Henry's been watching it with me as well and it's just so funny to me. I'm like, look, they just found new evidence overnight. Like,
right.
It literally never happens, but it does.
Yeah. Well, in Drop Dead Diva.
Right.
It does. I'm going to look it up.
Look, try it. Do the 3-episode thing. Just at least try one episode.
Yeah. Look, I'm always looking for fun, different shows, right? Yeah. Just to escape your mind from reality.
Here we go.
I'm just looking at my list. I'm like, which one will Billy not make fun of me the most? Well, no, this one. Have you heard of The Great on Stan?
No.
It's like it's a newish one, Stan original. Yeah. And it's like back in the freaking, I don't know, back in the day.
Okay.
1902.
Like my 4-year-old would say, in the olden days.
Yes, in the olden days. Mine say old fashioned days. Yeah.
Right.
So it's all like, oh God, I'm not great.
This is
like Drop Dead
well.
Diva.
Great. This is not going well.
I'm trying to explain it. It's back in the, like when there's kings and queens. What's that era? Like back then, whatever.
People know. This is not a factual podcast. If you want, Google it. The Great.
The Great. But it's really funny because it's this chick that I think she was German and she gets, back then people plan their marriages. Yeah. Her father sold her to the Russian king. Because she was a nobody. Yeah. And they wanted the king to marry a nobody family that would like interrupt his way of ruling. Okay. But it's a comedy show. So it sounds like it's all serious and boring and all that stuff. But it's actually really fucking funny. And she hates him. And she's planning his death. He's planning her, like killing, whatever. Yeah. Look, I'm not selling it at all. It's so good though.
This sounds a lot like the way I described Drop Dead Diva.
It's just different because it's, they're all wearing like their corset dresses and like, having their town hall dinners where it's like the freaking, religious things where there's
with the candles on the tables and the, giant bowls with the apple in there.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah. It's all that's it. Yes. Right. But it's actually really entertaining to watch, and it's a fucking funny like this. I love funny, sarcastic, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. look.
I do too, and I'm all about the laughs and whatnot. Like again, in terms of like just something easy to watch and something that'll like relax your mind.
Totally.
But I hate period pieces.
And I'm normally the same. That's the word I'm looking for, Billy.
Yeah, right.
No, normally I am too. That's why when I kept seeing it, I'm like, I'm not watching that. I hate that kind of shit.
Because I feel like I've seen the adverts for it and I'm like, no, I can't. No.
It's a chick. I think she's wearing a pink dress,
like
actually.
with the blonde hair up in her butt. Yes,
that's her.
Yeah.
And I kept scrolling past. I'm like, I am not going to watch that.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, I need
Fine,
something to
I'll
watch.
do
I'll
it.
give it a go.
Yeah.
Seriously, watch it. It's actually really fucking good.
I will try it. Because I tried. Do you know what I want? Yeah, you tried Drop Dead
Yes.
Diva. I'm gonna try the Great. I tried watching like Mary or something. Or I don't know what the fucking name is. I really should have been more prepared. But it's like Margot Robbie's in it. With
I love her.
Oh, what's that other chickie babe? There's another chickie babe in it, and Margot Robbie's got like the full white face, and she's a queen. And then Mary of Scots, who went off to marry, came back to like reclaim her throne or some shit, and it's this big period drama fucking thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But I started watching that and I'm like, oh, I cannot be bothered. The idea that these people would just not shower for days on end and be in these giant dresses and everything would just smell. I just have this view of this and everybody's so prim and proper and they can't talk normally and I just...
Oh my God, yes.
Everybody just chillax. Like,
Billy, those thoughts went through my head watching The Great. So I'm done. Yeah. I think there was 2 seasons. Oh, don't quote me.
Yeah.
But I'm done watching whatever I can watch on Stan. And I thought of those exact
like, how did these people have sex and not die of sepsis?
Well, they did. But
the average age then was like 34.
But oh God, how sad. I'd be well and truly dead in the ground. Yeah.
But you would have had a great 20s.
Oh my God. But it is. It's true. It's like clean yourself and like, where do you go pee? And
outside
like,
in the outhouse.
Yeah. Oh,
and then they dig a hole and then they bury the, ew.
But do you know what I do love? Not to go off topic about this whole period thing, but like, so, you know, it's back in the day where they live in these huge castles and everybody in the town lives in the castle in their wing and their apartments, they were called.
Yeah.
And like you're just seeing the buildings and like the big staircases. Look, it's boring to you, but I love all that kind of stuff. I'm like,
yeah, look, I'm like, I would have been one of those people who are living with the pigs in the, you know, sties because I just couldn't maintain that big house in my wing. So
no, and this is coming from someone who let her builder choose her kitchen.
That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't even know what to do with a giant house like that.
Dumb.
So, Lindalin, where are you getting our next bottle of wine?
Sense of Taste, of course, Bildo. They have a beautiful selection of wines, over 100 spirits open for tasting, a great selection of craft beer, and they even have a variety of cheese and cured meats.
Dude, you had me at meats. And wine.
So make sure you go and check out one of their boutique bottle shop locations at Cooperoo and Hamilton. Ching!
Anyway,
I'm going to reminisce for a second.
Let's
I'm just
do
taking
it.
over. I'm going through my list.
Yeah,
Cut me
go,
off whenever
yeah.
you want me to.
I want to talk about a book next. So
Oh, fuck books. I don't have time to read
I have
right now.
one book that I've been reading. Anyway, you go.
I've got too much TV to watch. Okay, so Yellowstone.
Can you tell me about Yellowstone? Because that looks like a show that would make me a bit anxious. Because you said you were actually telling me, me and Cameron were watching Yellowstone ages ago, and I keep meaning to ask you about it.
Yeah.
It looks like people are angry a lot.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I like Parks and Recreations or like The Office.
Okay, yeah,
I like things that'll make you... 30 Rock I've been watching. Love it. You know?
Okay.
Yellowstone looks like Kevin Costner's just always on edge.
He is.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And I do like those funny, sarcastic shows too, but I do like a good drama and like intense type show as well. This, again, it would sound like when you explain it, you'd be like, that sounds fucking boring. So it's all about in Montana.
Right.
The ranches and the land, and there's like fighting between literally cowboys and Indians.
About
so
the
it's
land. Back then. This is another period.
No, it's not a period, but literally cowboys and Indians.
Oh.
Do you know what a cowboy is, Billy? Someone who rides horses. Yeah, cowboys.
They lasso things and wear the
they
hats.
do.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Totally.
And Indians.
Like they're brown and beautiful and have feathers in their hair.
Good one, Billy.
Yeah.
Good save. Yes.
Thank you.
But it's, obviously way more intricate. There's so much to the story.
Right.
But Kevin Costner is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, it just sucks you in. You'd think, I don't want to watch a show
Yeah.
about ranchers and cowboys and Indians. Such a good show. There's 3 seasons. We're
Right.
done it. It's been signed up for season 4.
Right.
Amazing.
Okay.
Seriously amazing. Give it a go.
It's funny because you've made this comment a few times in this episode now, but it's like just saying it looked boring, so I didn't want to watch it, and then I kind of like got worn down by it. That's what I hope we'll do to people eventually, Eventually we'll just weigh you down to listen to us. But I think it's like the amount of pressure it must be for people. Like, how do you, in a snippet, give people an idea of what your movie, what your series, whatever is about? Like, it would be so fucking hard to like get people to come in, even if you've created this most best show.
Yeah.
If your front little picture and your little description isn't on point, I'm not going to fucking watch it. I'm just like, how funny. Like, it must just take so much. Anyway, for those of you in film and TV, you're doing great.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Billy.
It just must be so hard to get people to come in and watch. Like, Anyway, what else is on your list?
Well, you talk about your stupid book so I can make fun of it.
You will make fun of this
Probably.
because this is kind of roll into.
Pause.
Yeah, go on.
Is it about fucking meditation?
Yes.
Oh, fuck me. Seriously, I was half joking, half serious. I was like, please don't let it be. And it is? Really?
The thing is,
oh, fuck. I'm
changing my life is what's happening.
I'm going to have a
leaving.
snooze. I'm going to wake me when you're done with this boring conversation.
Guys, it's just us now. Well, I've got 2 books because I've been walking to my street library. And a great little street library in my street. People just bring lots of different books.
They pop up everywhere now.
They're everywhere. It's so good.
good.
Anyway, so I got a couple. One, I got Jonathan Kellerman. He's written like a billion books. It's one of those series where, Alex Delaware comes back as a psychologist. And it's always an easy read because it's like there's a problem. He has a cop friend. They get to the bottom of it. Sometimes they get a little bit scruffed up. It's fine. It's like some sort of like thriller mystery. Love those because, again, they're super easy to read.
Yeah.
Great. But the book I really have been reading, which will roll into our next episode that we're about to record, which is the eco-warrior phase. I've been reading Seat of the Soul, and that's by Gary Zuzak.
Even the title sounds oh, look, that's a bit rough.
Yeah, disgusting's a bit rough.
Yeah.
Easy there. Seat of the soul is not exactly, we're not talking about toilet seat of the soul, which again, we will cover in the next episode.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, with my.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But it's like one of those books that like Oprah's like, it changed my life. And it was released like 30 years ago, 30 years ago.
Right.
And it just kept getting like
So
upgraded.
wait, did it change Oprah's life way
Yes.
back then, or has she recently discovered it and now it's changed her life?
Way back then, which is
okay.
how Oprah in the last 25 years has become the person she is today. So obviously if I start now in 25 years, what is that, about 60, 50, 60 I'll be when this book comes into full effect.
Okay.
But
I hope I'm still alive.
perhaps not.
Okay.
It's kind of like if you've heard of it, you've heard of it. If you haven't, you haven't. Like, you obviously haven't because you are so zen. But it's funny because I bought it and I started reading it and I'm like, oh, boy. Like, you know, when you're just not in the right mood to read a book about self-discovery and all that sort of shit. So I was like, fuck this. Anyway, surprisingly enough, the next day, the book goes missing. Like, missing.
What?
It goes missing.
In your house?
In my house.
Shocker.
Which, right? I was just about to say, not hard in my house. But it just went missing and I looked for it and I couldn't find it, like in all the normal places. And I'm like, what the fuck? It's not in the toilet where I normally read. It's
in
not
the
on the
toilet?
couch. No, it's not in the toilet basket. Couldn't find it anywhere. And I was like, you know what? This is clearly because I bagged it to begin with. The book is hidden. Okay, it's hidden because I'm not ready for it.
Oh, fuck.
You know, when you're ready to read something, when it's your time, it will literally, I was saying this to myself. I'm like, you know what? When I'm ready, this book will come back. It will come back.
Oh, God.
Okay, because I'm all about the, being in touch with your soul and your fairies. They give you advice and that lead you certain ways and all that sort of shit. So I listen to those things and I follow them.
Right. Go fairies.
So I'm like, this book has been like, fuck you. You're not ready for me. Okay. Anyway, I start getting, this is about, I don't even know how long ago, 2-3 weeks. I've had a bit of anxiety. It's been all a bit, I'm vibrating up here because I'm so excited about things.
Oh, dear.
And suddenly, literally lying in bed one night, about to go to sleep, I'm like, I wonder if it's fallen under the bed. Like that it's just totally. And I look the next day and there is my book hiding under the bed.
With sunshine, like shining on it and
yes, if you mean the sunshine as the flashlight on my phone as I was trying to look for my book. And I find it and I start reading it and like literally I think it has already changed my life.
Oh, fuck off. Okay, look, I'll take that back. As that came out, I was like, that is not very supportive for a good friend of mine. Billy, I'm so happy to hear. Do tell me, how has it changed your life?
I think it's time for me to tell you to fuck off.
Yeah, please
sarcasm.
do. No, please do. No, look, I always... Karma.
Yeah.
I always, the fairies are getting in my throat to tell me to shut up. No, it's just not my jam, but that doesn't mean that it's not a good jam to have. And I do like to hear people becoming happier and finding their way.
I mean, you're doing so good.
Right?
You really
sort
are.
of. I'm trying.
No, you are.
But no, tell me. I am actually genuinely interested because I haven't heard any of this. This is all new to me.
So I think because you and Henry, you two are so similar in a lot of ways to me. You are my grounders, which I like to call. And I also think that you kind of don't need, not that you don't need this stuff, but everybody needs this stuff. Everybody needs to get in touch with their soul and the, whatever, the fairies, as I like to call them. But also, if you are kind of like on this path where you're just totally happy with your life and everything's great and you don't need any extra assistance, like you do you, that's great. Like, I think that you naturally do it because you think in a way that's positive and, you kind of you don't have that kind of ceiling cap. Whereas I kind of feel like maybe I've been battling some stuff that's not really battling. Well, battling some stuff that's, like I kind of feel like I had to evolve my mind quite a bit from childhood and this and that and a lot of different things to kind of get to a point where I'm like, and also this like spiritual awakening has been like it is my jam. I'm very like down with that. My mum was always like about that. So it's I don't know, some people you don't need it is the thing. Kind of like church, some people don't need it, some people do.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Yeah. And so I've been reading this book and it's really just about like actually just tapping in and like listening to your inner self and listening to your intuition.
Okay.
And listening to, the things that are kind of pulling you in a direction and following that, like everybody does. Like everybody has that.
Yeah.
And some people just don't listen to it because they ignore it because they think if I can't see it and I can't touch it, it's not there.
Which if you're kind of talking about your gut instinct type thing, because I have always led my life choices by listening to my gut.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds stupid because like it's a saying, oh, just listen to your gut type thing.
Yeah.
But literally from big decisions like quitting my job back home and moving halfway around the world with dickhead Peter.
Yeah.
For me, it was just like I knew I wasn't going to be with him forever.
Yeah.
I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah.
But I knew moving over here, like there was just something in my gut that said like, no, you have to do it. So I totally believe in that stuff.
And that's what I mean. I don't think people like you necessarily need it because you're already doing it. You know what I mean? Like you don't need anybody to say to you, listen to that inner voice or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it gets so busy in my head that I don't hear anything because I'm not listening. Everything's so like, that I need sometimes like that meditation to actually pull me back down and to like have that clarity to listen.
Which is the case. And I'm not going to bring up what it is about because that's
well,
on the
we can
shelf.
if you want because that's and it's like,
look, I don't know if I'm ready, Billy.
Yeah, we're not ready for this. But
Billy
we've had a disagreement recently.
Yes. And it's not
a disagreement.
We're just on two different pages. Something to do with the podcast. Billy is like super high excited, like bouncing off the walls.
And to me, my gut is pulling me that way.
Yeah. And she's like raring to go with this. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, fucking whoa.
Yeah.
My gut is saying, nope, not the right time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not the right time. And so we're not arguing about it. We're just totally disagreeing.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, everything in me is, I'm like, I don't know, Billy. Like, I really don't think it's the right time for us. And you're like, what do you mean it's totally the right time.
Yeah.
But we're so different with stuff like that. Like, that's why we say you're the dreamer and I'm the realist.
Yes.
We've nicknamed ourselves that because.
And this is an interesting conundrum because normally if you were telling me about this and I wasn't me, obviously, I would be like, dude, follow your gut.
Yeah.
Don't do something you're not ready for.
Right, yeah.
Whereas me, I'm like, dude, follow your gut. Do what you're ready for.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, it's like
so
a totally
funny.
weird, totally odd ends at this, which is interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, stay tuned. We may or may not have some exciting news coming up. But it is true, like, that I kind of feel like I'm trying to, like, calm myself so I can hear more. And it's all about also, like, you know, karma and all the stuff that you already know. But it's like, it's about, like, not hurting people and not hurting the earth and not judging and all that sort of stuff, because judging brings bad karma and all this sort of stuff. So I'm trying to judge less.
Oh, God, fuck that. I judge all the time.
And I'm trying to be kinder, not so much to people, but also to the earth.
So how many pages is in this book?
Well, it's like a normal book. It's about this thick.
Oh, that's thick.
It's about 4 centimeters. No, about almost 10. I don't know. Listen, it's a few centimeters thick.
So, like, is it a good 300-page book?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's long.
Oh, yeah. It's a normal book. What do you
To
mean?
talk about that?
Oh, because it's got lots of chapters. You have to. It has to, like, develop. First, it, like, teaches you about, like, multi-sensory personalities as opposed to, like, 5 sensory personalities, all this sort of stuff. So the first probably 3 or 4 chapters are, like, snorefest. But then once you get through it, and start to understand what the fuck they're talking about, which is why you have to be ready to read a book like that. Which is why I was hiding under the bed until I was ready to accept that information. Because the first few times I try to read it, I'm like, this is fucked. Like, I'm never going to get through this. Like, Oprah, I don't know what the fuck you were on. But now I'm on that shit.
Right.
And it's literally, I actually feel like it has changed a lot of the view of the world I have.
Well, that's good. I'm happy to hear.
Thanks.
Unless someone gets murdered in the first page of a book for me, like, I have a very hard time
I have that too.
reading.
I like
to
fiction.
keep read. Yeah. But look, I'll be one of your cheerleading fairies.
I feel like you're already my cheerleading fairy. Like, considering that, again, you know, we're doing this because you're cheerleading for me, plus then you got really famous from it, and now, you know, here we are.
Oh my God, totally famous.
Woolies ladies knows who you are.
Go Woolies, girls. Like, there's people at my window right now. Just freaking
with the signs
waiting.
of I love Lindalin. Yeah, I can see them.
Right?
Ladies,
I know.
Come on, bring, you know. Rappity rap. let us wrap it up. Let us wrap it up. That's like Sancho Bao. Let us wrap it up.
Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Surely somebody got that.
No.
Surely.
No.
Thank you so much for being with us yet again. If you have any TV shows you'd like to recommend, nothing that'll make us anxious, something enlightening. I've been watching Shine On with Reese Witherspoon as well. That is so fucking inspirational. I love inspirational shit.
Okay,
so
right.
if you've got, I think that's on Netflix. She's just so cheery and Texan and just highlights all these great people, and I just adore her. So you should totally watch that too. Total side note.
Big Little Lies was amazing.
Big Little Lies. I haven't seen that.
What?
Where did you see it?
Apple TV.
Oh, fuck off with your Apple TV. I don't even okay. All right, I'm going to have to watch Big Little Lies because I hear amazing things and
Beyond amazing.
Because I think I've maybe watched season 1. Is that the one with the dad who has this...
there's 2 seasons. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched the second season. I've watched the first.
Oh, God, what's wrong with you?
I
Get
must,
on to that.
I must. Okay, anyway.
Such a good show.
Big Little Lies too, totally. And the writer herself is amazing. I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now, but it's a book initially, and she's an Australian author. Marion...
Who cares?
Something.
Edit
anyway,
this out.
Read her books. Google it. Thanks so much for being with us. You can find us on Instagram at Instagram.
I think you're fired, Billy. You close the show.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Just look for wine chats.
Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, all that great stuff. Wherever you can find great things, you can find us. So just go for it. Rate, subscribe, please. Thank you for all of you who continue to support us. And
We're not at a fucking awards show, Billy.
Thank you so much to my mum and dad who continually,
love and support me.
Yeah. Lindalin, did you want to say anything while we wrap up?
Fucking wrap it up.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tin, 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 tin.
She loves the sound of her own voice.
Tom, hit the music.